My husband, who is a mathematician, looked me in the eye and said it would take 4 years. Not 3, not 5, but 4. I laughed. How can someone put a prediction on something as messy and fragile and human as having a child? But he was right. 4 years, 3 countries, 2 surgeries, and 1 miracle. That prediction sparked something bigger than numbers. It sparked a question. If numbers can predict, maybe success can be engineered. Numbers don't just predict, they guide. Math isn't cold, it's a formula for life. My name is Natalie Edward-Yesufu. I'm a storyteller that used to fear numbers. I saw them as a verdict. Exam marks, bank balances, a step count I didn't hit that day. And many of us do. We carry math anxiety from childhood into adulthood, fearing metrics because they feel like judgment. But numbers do not judge. They're headlights, and they don't determine your self-worth. They reveal your path, and if used well, they can turn the fog into feedback. Watching my husband make that precise prediction lit a fuse in me. It showed me behind every outcome there was a pattern. And during my IVF journey, I started to see those patterns in every hard thing that we did. Stalled careers, financial setbacks, terrible relationships. These aren't numbers on the page. They're hidden metrics that can be articulated by math. So I shaped them into 4 compact story equations for personal development. First equation, the law of life pi, main character narrative. 2, progress, the law of gamification and the law of compounding. 4, the law of momentum, the law of pendulum, the law of action. And the final one, the law of proximity, which is energy and the environment that you're in. Framing. When everything felt broken and I felt like I couldn't fix it all at once, I pictured my life as a pie with slices representing health, relationships, work, finances, creativity, and community. And I chose one slice, health. Not a makeover, just small, steady choices. Walking, sleep, simple food. And as that one slice strengthened, everything else steadied. Focus at work, calm at home. Progress in one domain spilled into another. Framing is also who you are in your story. On the lowest days, cheek against a cold bathroom tile, after countless injections, I changed one line. I started asking, why me? And I started saying, this is just part of my story. I am the main character. Protagonists don't deny the mountain, they climb that mountain. And yes, that sentence did not erase the pain, no. But it gave me the strength to turn the next page. I'm not a victim of my numbers. I'm not a victim of my circumstances. I was a narrator using numbers to create the next scene. Progress. IVF is overwhelming. Months of prep, unfamiliar language, sitting in waiting rooms where fear and hope sit side by side. I needed to feel progress, not just measure it. So I turned it all into a game. Each injection was a point, each appointment a level, each embryo a batch. When we see progress, we can feel hope and a motivation as a measurement. You can gamify everything. Saving a deposit for a house, rebuilding a relationship, even learning a new skill. Break it down hack it to track it. Celebrate those small wins. As those wins stack up, you level up. Not for the points, but for the process. Enjoy those small processes, and the levels take care of themselves. Now, compounding made it real. Tiny choices multiplied, built strength I didn't know I had. A short walk, 5-minute meditation, one honest conversation, 1 page written. Repetition, not revolution, rewires the brain. And the boring stuff, yes, the boring stuff, that is where the magic happens, because it's the stuff you repeat. Momentum. Life swings. Some days you're on fire, and some days you're underwater. The goal isn't permanent positivity. It's a centered swing in a pendulum with guardrails. When I swung too far into fear and exhaustion, I use anchors to bring myself back. A 10-minute walk, a breathing exercise, a message to a friend, and then I moved. We think action follows motivation, but in real life, action creates motivation. Every step turns uncertainty into feedback. Move and reality responds. Even a tiny step, a small step, forces the world to say yes, no, not yet. And then that answer tells you what to do next. And then we have the final one, the law of proximity. Whatever you desire, surround yourself with it. During IVF, I didn't just need doctors and medicine. I needed hope. So I sought out women who have walked in this path. I listened to their stories. I celebrated their successes as if they were my own. Being close to their victories pulled me closer to my own. If you desire a child, spend time with families and let their joy expand into your belief. If you desire wealth, immerse yourself in abundance. Read the books, sit with the people, speak with possibility, and celebrate the wins of others. This is important. Energy rubs off, and the environment you choose rewires your subconscious. Proximity is proof. When you stand close to what you want, you start to believe it can happen for you too. The turning point. So we're in Istanbul, in the IVF hospital. And the specialist who studied my scans said, there's significant scarring in your womb. If we transfer now, the chances of conceiving is low. You need a different approach. It felt like the floor had dropped. Me and my husband walked in the corridor, holding hands, learning how to breathe again. But we took action. We called a friend who had succeeded with IVF. And within an hour, we had a recommendation in Bulgaria, a consultation booked, and a flight to Bulgaria that evening. What happened next was months of treatment, 2 keyhole surgeries, and then back to Istanbul to implant 1 embryo. 3 weeks later, a blood test. HCG hormone was high. I was pregnant. 8 months later, the miracle's here. Thank you. Now, let's recap. What did I learn? The miracle wasn't in the number, it was in the formula I built along the way. Framing. The law of life pie. Main character narrative. Choose your slice, choose your stance. Progress, the law of gamification, the law of compounding. Make it playable, let consistency multiply. Momentum, pendulum and the law of action. Steady your swing and just move anyway. The law of proximity. Surround yourself with what you seek and let it shape you. Now, what is your mountain? You may never face IVF. Maybe your mountain is a career that's stalled, a bank account that's bare, a relationship that needs repair, a body that needs rest, a dream you've delayed for years. The same math applies. Pick one slice. Track any tiny behavior you can do, even when you're tired. Take one small step that forces reality to respond. And surround yourself with the people, the patterns, and all the people that can make it work for you. I'm not talking about manifestation and magic and all that woo-woo. I'm talking about math. Small, repeated actions compounded over time, guided by feedback, grounded in science, aligned with a story you're proud to make. My success belongs first to medicine and the extraordinary doctors who knew exactly what they were doing. My role was using the formula to get to them. Framing clarified what to ask. Progress kept me following each step. Momentum turned uncertainty into action. And proximity led me to the communities and the referrals that opened the doors. Science made a difference. The formula helped me find it. Numbers aren't the enemy of creativity. They're the language of patterns, possibility, and power. And when we learn to love them, they don't just predict the future, they help us build it. 4 years, 3 countries, 2 surgeries, and 1 miracle. Thank you.